What's up everyone? Today I'm going to show you my audio kit for indie filmmaking. Slight context if you don't know anything about me, I'm Harry Chrisp. I'm an indie filmmaker. I make films with a low to no budget. There's always a little bit of money, but it's self-funded. And in order to try and get more out of that low budget, I own a bunch of my own equipment, so I'm familiar with it and I know the quality is going to be guaranteed to a certain level. I can sort of bring this equipment to the film without sort of having to add to the budget or take away from the film budget if we have anything at all. So it's not a fully professional kit. It's not something that you would want to show up to a feature film set with. It's not quite that good, but it's good enough for what I need. It's lacking a few things, which I will point out as I go along, but I just think it's interesting to see what kind of equipment is used on short films, including my own. So I'm going to show you that right now. There's two bags here. I'm going to start with this one. This is the main bag. It's a tool bag. My favorite section in the hardware store is the tool bag section because I can store my camera and filmmaking equipment in them. It's, what is this one? DeWalt Tough System 2.0. Really nice bag. Really, really nice. But we're not here to see the bag, we're here to see film equipment. So, let's take a look. In the top here we have some miscellaneous stuff. Manuals, cables, little coiled auxiliary cables for timecode generators. I have these straps here which are for holding the audio recorder onto my wrist or a boom pole. I'll show you that later on as well. Nothing else particularly interesting in there. Let's get into the main pocket. So this case is obviously just big open in the middle with some pockets along the side. Right on top we have some headphones. These are Audio Technica, super comfortable, a little bit finicky to like get on your head because they fold around and they click a lot. And so when you can't put these on with one hand. If you can put these on with one hand, send me a video of you doing it. I'll be very impressed. Very comfortable. Sort of not noise cancelling, but they block out a bit of noise just when you put them on. Really nice, really good quality. The cable sort of locks in there so you don't accidentally pull it out. It's got like a half coiled bit. Good headphones, highly recommend. Audio Technica. I have this little dual mic kit. These are the Samson CO2 microphones. These are cheap and they're all I could afford, but you can judge the quality because I'm using the sister to this one right now. Right there. I think the GoPro can see it. There. They come in a pack of two, which is really nice, and they have a little wind shield should you need it. I don't think this would do an awful lot, but there you have it. And they come with a holder with a mount, which is really nice. Good little kit for the price. I have this Rode shotgun microphone. This is an NTG-1, again, kind of a low-level microphone. I had this for years. This is the first microphone I ever bought, or first proper microphone. Bought it when I was a teenager, and I still have it, and it still works. So that's a compliment to Rode's longevity, its durability. So first thing I'm missing, a really flash shotgun microphone. I need like a Sennheiser something, top of the line shotgun mic would be an awesome addition to this collection. Some XLR cable, that's in the wrong pocket, but that's okay. Another wrist thing. Some black tape. This was relevant once upon a time, but it lives in here. Some gaff tape, because that should be in every film box case. This is a Tascam, this is a new thing actually, the Tascam FR-AV2, 32-bit float recorder, takes timecode. It's not in its box right now because it is on the camera recording this. Highly, highly recommend. This is an awesome, awesome recorder. It's good. It's good. 32-bit float, so you don't have to twist a dial to get your audio levels. I can just put it up there, put it over there, record, and if I talk loud or talk quiet, I can adjust those levels in post-production. No clipping, so long as I don't blow out the mic. Really, really good. Timecode. It works with Timecode. That's why this is such a big deal. Speaking of Timecode, I have the Deity TC-1s. It comes in a 3-pack, which is awesome. One of these, the missing one, lives on the camera, which you can see in my other video. So there's 2 left, one for the Tascam FR-AV2 and another for a second camera or a second audio recorder or a spare should I need it. The chargers are in there. Love these. Love these. Super easy to use, very reliable. Love them. Here we have my other audio recorder. This is my older audio recorder, which is really nice. Similar deal to the FR-AV1. This is the Zoom F3. Love the build on this. Super small. Look how small that thing is. Really cool design. Really cool. Again, 32-bit float, no timecode. You can make it work with timecode, but you have to get an UltraSync 1 and an UltraSync Blue, which together is about as expensive as the unit itself, making it more expensive than this. Really frustrating. And I could never justify that second timecode unit, so I had to sync audio whenever I use this. Not fun. Why, Zoom? Why? Also, I didn't like how to start recording, you slid this little thing here like that. Didn't like that. I want a button, but that's probably just a personal preference thing. And I built this sweet little case for it. I was quite proud of this. In terms of audio recorders, I don't have like a bigger, more professional level audio recorder that has like 6, 8, 10 tracks like the Zoom F8 or the F6 is probably sort of the middle of the range one. But I don't really have any need to upgrade personally. But again, I'm not a sound recordist, I'm just a filmmaker. So those, yeah, I've got sort of small recorders. That's worth noting. I wouldn't say that's missing from my kit. That's just worth noting. And then I have this Zoom shotgun mic for on camera. Takes a auxiliary cable in the back. So it's super small, which is cool. And it's got a little Deadcat to go with it. These are pretty good, actually, in my opinion. I think I won this in a competition, which is probably the only thing I've ever won. So that's cool. A adapter or a XLR extender tube thingy. So the main remaining thing that's missing from this kit are lavalier microphones, which are so expensive that I rent those. So I have used lavaliers on my films in the past, like Meet Cute we used 2, one for each actor. I rented those. Way cheaper, way more affordable. That way you can get super flash ones for an affordable rate. So lavalier mics are missing from this, but they're not missing in the sense that I'm going to get them. They're just not included. In the side pockets are the cables. So on one end are auxiliary cables, and this one it's auxiliaries, extenders, splitters, or miscellaneous. That's XLR to the red and white pin. I honestly don't know what that's called, but this allows me to record from like a old TV unit or a record player or something like that. A really, really, really long auxiliary cable with a handle and a mount on one end. Used that a lot when I was younger. So those auxiliary cables are good for the auxiliary microphones, but also headphones, camera line inputs and things like that. So can't really have enough of those. Even timecode generators can't have enough. And the other side is the XLR cables, which is where this big cable should live. Lots of small ones because, well, they're very useful when you want to rig. Because these recorders are so small, I can put the recorder directly onto the boom pole. And that's what these straps are for here. So we have sort of the whole mic, cables, recorder setup on the one boom pole. So we have one soundy, which is awesome. You don't have to have a cable running to some guy who's sitting on a Apple box twisting a dial. You got 32-bit recorder on the boom pole. Hit record, forget about the levels, hold the boom. Really nice. And these little cables sort of facilitate that in a way, or they facilitate putting the recorder on your wrist and holding the microphone in hand. And then there are some longer cables for swinging the boom pole. Okay, that's this bag. I'll put this down. And then the Ryobi bag. This is my boom. Come back to that in a second. Whoa. Ooh. Don't want to be seen to be mishandling my giant shaft. This is my blimp. And a hat and case, more cables, and nice soft cushion for it on the bottom now. Added a cushion to the other case as well. You can just buy these foam pads, cut them to shape, put them in the bottom of your hard cases, and then your equipment's just a little more protected. This here is a custom built case that is a bit of PVC pipe with some ends on the top, only glued in on one side, and then the lid comes off with some foam padding on it. And then this protects the blimp because this is super fragile and I didn't know how I could possibly transport this without breaking it. So I built this and I'm quite proud of that, actually. This is the Boya Blimp. It's a whole lot cheaper than the Rode one and looked identical. So, well, very, very similar. It takes a shotgun mic in here. And another shotgun mic. So it has this little wind protection thingy, which I'm sure you all know about. And then there is a Rode NTG4 Plus on here, which is not mine. It's Q's. He's helping us on a film at the moment, and so I'm looking after the microphone so we don't have to keep changing it every day. And then there's a Deadcat for it. Or a wombat, as people sometimes call it. I don't think, do I need to rig it up? Right here. Look at that, that was way easier than I thought it would be. Just slide it on like so. Works a treat. Works an absolute treat. What's this? This is a big beanie. And the reason for it is because when you're wearing these headphones outside in the wind, these sound like microphone wind noise. The wind bounces off the headphones and makes that horrible noise. And so it's hard to judge, is the wind noise coming through the mic or is it coming from the headphones? So you whack this way over the top of, you put the headphones on, you put the beanie on the top, and then this blocks the wind noise from the headphones, and then you can clearly listen to the wind noise from the microphone. It looks silly, but it works. And then there is one more thing, which I will go and grab. This. What audio kit would be complete without a boom pole? This is actually my newest piece of equipment. I didn't have one of these for the longest time. I went with the Boya one because it was the cheapest. But I also thought it would be pretty cool because it has this cable that goes in the middle of it and out the bottom. So when you extend it, you don't have to worry about coiling a cable along the outside. Great idea, except for the part where it isn't, because... What? It's a boom pole! Its whole point is to be silent. Terrible, terrible idea. And obviously I can't take it out because the whole thing is glued shut. So I'd have to break the boom pole to take the cable out. It was cheap. Whatever. Aside from that though, it is super light. You can hold this for a long time. And it feels nice. It's got nice padding. And it does have these Velcro strips for wrapping a cable around the outside, which begs the question, why is there a cable inside? Anyway, this is not a review of the Boya boom pole. It's lovely, except for the cable inside. That rattles. Annoying. But no, that's my kit. My Filmmaker's audio kit. Now I gotta clean this all up. Again, a few pieces missing or that could be better, but short of spending thousands of dollars on it, it's a pretty good kit. Alright, as I was packing everything up, I realized I forgot two things. I forgot to review this case. It's pretty good. Also, I forgot to say what was in the front pocket of this. Not much at the moment. Batteries in here, lithium ion, although these are actually flat rechargeable ones that are in there, but lithium ion, good batteries. They last ages in these recorders. And then in the front, this is a case for the headphones, which I don't really use. Manuals in the back here, and then SD cards and SSD cards, although I think I've exhausted all mine, they're all being used. And this little lavalier, this Rode lavalier microphone for smartphones. So you can put a lav on, plug it into your phone and put it in your pocket. I mean, it's pretty good it's pretty good. But again, lavalier mics get so expensive, and I just trust that you get what you pay for. And if you can pay thousands of dollars for a lavalier mic, this ain't it. But it works, and can come in handy, and that lives in there too. So that's the front pocket. Okay, that's my audio kit. My indie filmmaker's lowish budget audio kit. Again, missing lavalier mics, a nice shotgun mic. Well, that's about it really. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you did. I'd appreciate it. And take care. Bye.